Today, we celebrate Saint Rose of Lima, a lay Dominican virgin and one of the heavenly patrons of the Philippines. Born to a noble family in Peru in 1856, she was the seventh of 11 children and given the name Isabel Flores de Oliva. However, she became better known by the nickname Rosa, owing to an incident during her infancy where one of the servants saw her face transform into a rose. Even as a young child, Rosa wanted to be a saint, in imitation of her idol, Saint Catherine of Siena, another great lay Dominican saint. Thus, she would go to communion daily, spend many hours in prayer before the Blessed Sacrament, and perform many penances and sacrifices out of her love for God. Wanting to offer herself to Christ alone, she rejected all her suitors and would even cut her hair short and rub pepper on her face in order to avoid getting noticed for her beauty. At the same time, she devoted herself to helping the poor and the sick, sometimes bringing them and nursing them in her own room. She also made lace and other fine needlework, which she sold to help her family, who had a lot of social prestige but little money. Forbidden by her father from entering the convent to become a nun, she joined the Third Order of St. Dominic, now known as the Dominican laity, and took a vow of virginity at the age of 20. Thus, she continued to live in her parents' house while also devoting herself totally to a life of prayer, penance, and charity. Under her veil, she wore a hidden crown of thorns as an act of sacrifice and solidarity with Christ's suffering. During a time of spiritual trial, she drew much comfort and encouragement from another great Dominican saint who was her close friend, Saint Martin de Porres, who assured her that her sufferings were a sign of her closeness to Christ. At this point in her life, she also had a vision where she was mystically married to Christ, who gave her a wedding ring engraved with the words, "Rose of my heart, be my spouse." She died soon afterwards on August 24, 1617, at the young age of 31. Within less than a century following her death, Pope Clement IX beatified her in 1667, and Pope Clement X canonized her in 1671. The first person born in the Americas to be made a saint. Clement X also declared Blessed Rose the patroness of the Americas, the Indies, and the Philippines in 1670. And on September 12, 1942, when Pope Pius XII declared the Immaculate Conception to be the principal patroness of the Philippines, Saint Rose was retained as one of its secondary patrons, along with the Virgin Martyr, Saint Pudenciana. Today, in fact, she stands at the facade of the historic Manila Cathedral, where she is the only female figure among the saints featured there. May her life of total commitment and offering to Christ continue to inspire us today.